Hey, I've been living with the Flexus CORE 200 for weeks now, so let's talk like people who actually care about how sound feels in a room. You're the kind of person who notices when audio doesn't match what you see on screen. You hear hollow movies, thin music, and you know something's missing. You want depth, presence, clarity, the kind of sound that makes you leave silence behind. That tells me you're ready for something built with intention. Before you go any further, check the current price and stock. Sound bars with this level of tuning don't stay steady in availability, and you don't want to come back later wishing you'd acted. There's always a turning point where you know it's time to move on. For you, it might have been when you cranked the volume just to make dialogue audible, or when your old speakers couldn't carry the low end without distortion. It's that tiny, persistent frustration that tells you this isn't cutting it anymore. The moment you switch to this unit, that frustration disappears. Suddenly dialogue stays clear without hunting for the right volume. Explosions and scores actually fill the space. Music sounds balanced instead of thin. And that brings a kind of relief you forget existed when you've been living with weak gear. You feel it watching late-night movies where every whisper lands, every chorus lifts, and the room feels part of the experience instead of just hosting it. You feel it when streaming playlists and the bass doesn't sound hollow, it sounds real, tuned, solid. Even casual TV watching feels richer, more intentional, like the audio finally matches the visuals. This isn't about numbers on a spec sheet. It's about how consistently full sound feels all around you, how immersive Dolby Atmos can be without needing a jungle of separate speakers, how seamless Bluetooth streaming actually sounds instead of cutting in and out. It's confidence, audio that just works in the background and still blows you away when you pay attention. Don't assume prices will stay cool or stock will hold. Systems this well sculpted tend to hop around in availability, and hesitation usually means missing out or paying more later. If your doubt is about size or simplicity, here's the flip: this soundbar actually simplifies your setup without giving up depth. You're not trading power for convenience. You're getting both, and that balance changes how your space feels. One surprise you notice quickly is how refined the bass feels without a giant subwoofer attached. It's tight, responsive, musical, not boomy or uncontrolled. That's the kind of detail that makes you smile every time. Owning something like this changes how you think about sound. You don't settle. You don't leave quality behind just because it's easier. You feel proud of what you chose because every moment you press play, it just works. Sound feels present and alive, dialogue stays crisp and clear, music feels full and balanced, Atmos effects feel spacious yet grounded, streaming feels smooth and musical. It's not the cheapest option out there if you want earth-shaking bass. A dedicated sub helps at some point. You stop circling weaker choices. You stop settling for close enough. You choose the thing that actually satisfies you, and every time you glance at lesser gear, you come right back here. Check the price and availability now. Decide while this configuration still makes sense, so you don't look back months from now wishing you'd upgraded when you had the chance.